They say there's no place like home. But what if you find yourself delicately gliding in between two different worlds, two different homes? 3 years ago, I decided to leave the only home I'd ever known to venture on to new opportunities, people, and paths. I left my small suburban town in Massachusetts to attend school in the Rocky Mountains on the other side of the country. Leaving back then felt like I was sitting in the middle of a crossroads between two different planets. Within each one, a different version of myself existed. It was only as I hugged my parents goodbye after orientation on freshman year that I realized I didn't know who I was outside of the increasingly smaller world I had once known. After spending the last 3 years of my life building my second place just below the Flatirons, all while simultaneously creating a necessary distance between my first place, I have finally come to realize where my third place lies. We all have a third place, somewhere. Some find this as they glide down the slopes with snowfall chasing behind them. Others find it tucked underneath the warmth of their satin pillowcase. I, however, wasn't that lucky. Perhaps some of us may take decades to find our third place, or just decades searching. It's the place just beyond the slow-burning comfort of home, but below the fear of a fairy tale future that lasts forever. Some of us may spend years chasing it in other people, places, or perhaps reaching for a crumb of comfort that follows behind a long sip of something sour. My third place lies in between the two homes that I created. My third place cannot be accessed by trains, cars, or planes. My third place can only be accessed through the lens of the self. It is within myself that I have found to look for comfort. My third place can be reached through the laughter over a perfect cup of coffee in the morning with my best friends, or through the feeling of climbing into bed after a long day. But my third place can also be found through the tears as I close the door, only to find the next one remains open. My third place can be reached when I am at peace, or when I am far from it. I can reach this place when I realize that all I need is found within me, regardless of whatever is going on outside. It is only after time in between places that I have come to realize that my third place is where I realize that I am in control, despite any outside circumstances. Through the power of mindfulness, self-awareness, and focus, I have been able to reach this place. Before coming to school here, I thought that my comfort rested in the hands of simple fate. I thought that my peace was because I was lucky, or that my misery was because I was doomed. It wasn't until I fought through the storms of my sorrows and climbed through the ache of my growing pains that I realized it was me who was the driver all along. I could take myself to the third place whenever I desired. It wasn't until I realized that I could be in paradise physically, yet imprisoned internally, that I saw that I was the only one who could take myself to the third place, regardless of what happened outside of my control. The beauty of this realization for me, though, is that the opposite is also possible. I could be somewhere that physically may be far from Bora Bora, but internally I am inflicted with an undeniable peace. We all can choose our third place, at any place that we may find ourselves.